Hello, and welcome back to the Project Right podcast series. I'm Safira Chatwal, your host and the founder of the Social Initiative. This podcast series has been a forum where we talk about social action, healthcare, and how we can create safe spaces for marginalized communities. The Project Right podcast delves into the theoretical underpinnings of social work and their implications for human rights. We investigate the various poverty alleviation strategies and advocacy initiatives in developing nations, aiming to bridge the gap between proposed policies and the realities experienced by communities. Our focus is on understanding both the theoretical frameworks and the practical outcomes of these efforts. I'm also excited to introduce to you our very special guests today, Reena Rai and Arshi Ghosh. Reena is a dedicated advocate for transgender rights and empowerment, is a prominent figure in the fight for gender equality in India. As a co-founder of Trans Queen India, she has played a crucial role in supporting and uplifting the transgender community through education, advocacy, and activism. Reena's work focuses on creating inclusive spaces and opportunities for transgender individuals, helping to challenge societal norms and promote acceptance. Her unwavering commitment and leadership continue to inspire and change and advance the rights of transgender people across the nation. Arshi Ghosh is the winner of Miss Trans Queen India 2023 and a trans activist from Cooch Behar. She has made a significant mark in advocating for transgender rights on a global scale. With a background in social work and a passion for empowering marginalized communities, Arshi has become a prominent voice for LGBTQ+ inclusion and equality. Ms. Ghosh, can you share your journey from Coach Behar to becoming Miss Trans Queen India 2023? What were some of the challenges you faced along the way?
Oh my God, it's been a very transformative journey for me. Being born in a very small village, and from there, I couldn't even dream of the life right now I have. I was a small little boy having dream of becoming a beauty queen. I didn't have any idea how could I be that person, because everyone around me was making me realize that I'm wrong. I am I'm the way I am. This is wrong. They were questioning my identity, but from there, I think most important and most the biggest challenge I have faced is accepting myself. So first of all, I had to accept myself, and then when I accepted myself, I felt that now it's my time to contribute for the society. And all these while when I was being bullied, I felt that bullying and everything will be keep happening, but what I'll have to do is building my career and my own thing. So I was completely focused in my study, and then through that thing, I came out of my village. I came to university to study, and I was in hostel where I had access to internet. Like back then, I didn't even have the access to internet. I didn't have any reference point where I could, refer to someone that, okay, I want to, be like that person, or maybe I could choose that path the way they chose it. So I didn't have any reference point. So I had to literally fight everything all by myself. From there, then when I got my internet access, I got a phone in my hand. Then I got to know, okay, there is something called LGBTQ. There is something called, gay, bisexual, and transgender. So first of all, I thought that, okay, maybe I'm a bisexual. Then I thought, okay, maybe I'm a gay. But then when I discovered myself, I was like, no matter, who I become after studying, maybe I become a big scientist or something. But if I can't live my own identity, my life is not going to be worth. So I was like, I need to transition. And then I like the moment I got to know that transition is possible, I was like, okay, that's what I need. But then how? It was a big thing for me. So that was the struggle, that how do I accept myself? Like I have been living a whole life of 20 years, and now I'll have to literally change everything. How do I, talk to my family, my friends? All these things happened. And then I was like, no. There were times when I lost it. I literally was like, I'm the wrong person, and I need, maybe I'm doing wrong, maybe it's this is wrong, they are right. So I tried to kill myself. There were many times when I tried to kill myself, but there was a point when I was literally standing on a terrace and thinking if I want to jump or not. And I was like, that moment I was like, no, I have a purpose, I want to live. And because you know what is, I've seen other boys like me as well. That time in the school I've seen, no, only I was not the one who was getting bullied. I've seen two three more who are getting bullied. And I just at that moment I just realized, okay, it's not only me, there are thousands like me who I think needs me. If I lose it today, I think they also lose. That moment I decided, no, I want to make it a purpose. And so I decided to come to Bombay, and then I transitioned. And after that, so while transitioning, I saw a Instagram post of Miss Trans Queen India, and that time I think it's been just 1 month of hormone. So I texted Miss Trans Queen India page that I want to join Miss Trans Queen India, and they're like, I think Reena ma'am has answered. So she's like, it's just 1 month, so at least you need to be under hormone at least 6 months. And then it triggered me a lot. Like, okay, let me show you. Then I was just, I kept seeing their posts, kept seeing their queens, and then it became an inspiration for me to transition. I used to go back to my doctor and I used to tell him that, can you do it faster? I want to transition, and I want to go to Miss Trans Queen India. So he's like, yeah, just patient. So after that, I think it took almost 2.5 years to transition completely. And after that, I was like, okay, now I'm all set for Miss Trans Queen India. Then I participated, and the journey began. Yeah, all happened.
That must have made it all so much more worth it. It's also very surprising that one would usually think that the challenges are from everybody around you, but actually the biggest challenge is within yourself. But I'm glad that you overcame it and you achieved so much so quickly, which is amazing. Miss Rai, can you discuss the impact that Miss Trans Queen India has had on the participants and the wider transgender community in India?
Yeah, sure. I think one result is in front of you only, and the horse spoke herself about. I think it's not only her victory, but my victory too. Because when I started working on Miss Trans Queen India, almost everyone asked me, "Why are you doing it?" Are you a transgender? Are you a lesbian? Are you from the community? So I always said I'm not from the community, but the community is from me. A mother like me gives birth to these kind of kids. They don't fall from the sky. If I'll, when I have a motherhood, I always feel, same that when my daughter's friends come, I feel that motherly love for them also. So it was just an obvious thing for me. For me it was not nothing special I was doing. I was just helping my friend to realize her dreams. And it all actually started from a friendship. uh, I met one trans woman and then we became friends. And that's how I realized that there is a community called LGBTQ. And, today I feel very ashamed telling that I was 38 at that time. And I didn't knew there was LGBT community. I only saw them when they come to my home or I saw them on the red light. But I never had an idea that it's such a big community, and and they've been marginalized since a long time. But at the same moment I feel very very proud of myself, because when I started all this back 8 years, my daughter was only 10-year-old. So I got to know about LGBT community in 38 years, and my daughter knew about the LGBT community when she was 10 years. And I think that was the first thing I did. I sensitized my daughter about community, and people said, oh, don't you doing it, don't talk to her, don't tell her, otherwise she will also incline toward that kind of sexual this thing. That I said, no, if I want to bring change, I have to bring change from my house. Even if she want to realize her own sexuality, I want to be there with her. I want to be the first one with whom she will discuss. She should not go out and think that till now I have whoever I met from the community, the only thing I have realized that they don't have even a single person in their life where they can pour their heart out. So I wanted to be that person. So from there, actually, I decided that I have to do something for the community, because until and unless we people who discriminate, if we will not start accepting them and understanding them, then nothing will change. And then I created this platform, Miss Trans Queen India, and I'm very proud to tell that when I started Miss Trans Queen India in 2017, nobody even want to stand with a trans woman and talk. I still remember my first event in Hoskas village, and my girls were stopped on the door and they were not allowed to go into the restaurant. They were told that they are transgender and they are not allowed. And from there to now, when my girls are coming in, Viacom 18's web series, and coming as a leading actresses in their own regions, and they're into politics. They have joined, Congress party. They have, made so much of impact on the whole, society, that that one thing they always thought, okay, if she's a trans woman, she must be a sex worker or she must be a beggar. No. Now when they think about trans woman, they know they have Veena, they have Navya, they have Arshi, they have Namita. I can't even tell you on my finger that how many trans women who have been an inspiration for the trans community after Miss Trans Queen India platform. I've the biggest achievement and the biggest compliment I've received from my one own queen, who actually started, when she started with me, she was an escort, and today she is working in a color TV as an actress. And she said ki they call me Ma, so they all call me mother, and people know me as a trans mother of India. So she called me one day and she was crying and she was saying ki, Ma, you don't even know what you have done by creating this platform. अगर आपने वो प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट नहीं करा होता तो मैं आज भी वो जिंदगी जी रही होती जो मैं नहीं जीना चाहती थी. लेकिन आज क्योंकि उस प्लेटफॉर्म से मुझे इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिली हैं दैट आज मैं सर उठा के पूरी सोसाइटी में चलती हूँ और बहुत प्राउडली लोगों को बोलती हूँ कि यस, मैं जो भी कर रही हूँ अपनी मेहनत से कर रही हूँ. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज द बिगेस्ट अचीवमेंट I have. And not only that, but yes, one more thing I have achieved by creating this platform, that the parents of those kids who've been thrown out, who've been kicked off from their own house, they were welcomed as a daughter in their own house. I think उससे बड़ा अचीवमेंट शायद कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता. आप पैसे कमा सकते हैं, आप फेम कमा सकते हैं, लेकिन जो प्यार अपने घर वालों का है ना, वो आप कुछ भी करके मतलब खोना नहीं चाहते. वो चाहते हैं वो सम्मान, वो रिस्पेक्ट which you should get from your family. That is the first priority in everybody's life. And I think all my queens who've been part of Miss Trans Queen India, whether they are winner or whether they were not in the top list, but as a participant only, they've been welcomed in their house as a daughter.
I can't even imagine how amazing that must feel. It's great to see that, like, not only have you affected people that are in the transgender community's lives, but also people that aren't. So not only your daughter who's now exposed, and she'll grow up with different views as to those in society, but also the people who already had those views, like those families who've changed their views. And it
Yes.
shows how much a small action can really change
True.
something.
True.
So that must feel amazing. Like, congratulations.
Thank you.
And it also shows that there's no like time where you have to do something by. Like, even if
Yes.
this was started halfway through your life, it still has brought about so much change in such a short amount of time, which is amazing.
Yes. Thank you
Um,
so much.
my next question is for Ms. Ghosh. So you represented India at the Miss International Queen pageant in Thailand. First of all, many congratulations for it. How was it preparing for this global stage, and what message do you hope to convey to others whom you have paved the way for?
Okay, so representing India at an international level, it was like a dream come true. It meant world to me, honestly. Like I have always, wanted to make my country proud, and I never knew that this will be the platform that which through which I'll do it. Because in my childhood, I had a dream to become military. Like it's crazy. Like I wanted to become get into military, and I wanted to serve the world. I don't know why I had this idea. I always wanted to make my country proud, but then I never knew that I'll become a beauty queen, and through this platform I will serve my, like, not exactly serving the world but serving the country, but I will do something for my country. So it was huge thing for me. The preparation was like a big thing. Miss Transcon India whole team were behind me. Literally, they have designed my each and every inch of me, my wardrobe, my talent, my communication, everything. They have like literally designed every each and everyone have put their own effort to make get the best out of me. So the preparation whole process was, it was long process, but again I enjoyed the process a lot. Throughout the process I have learned so much. I think there were many times when I have seen my new sides which I have not seen before. I have discovered new sides of me which was like really exciting for me as well. Like sometimes there'll be Sheeni ma'am who mentored me. She will be pointing out things that, oh, I never realized that, oh, I have that side as well. Reena ma'am, she would always keep motivating me. Akash, she would always keep motivating me. The way they have motivated, I think it will not only be worthful for my pageant, but it will be worthful for my life ahead. So, and we all wanted to give a very authentic Indian culture. We wanted to provide at an international platform. I performed Ras Leela at, for my talent. And you know what? Very interestingly, since childhood, I have performed Ras Leela at my home. And they have always made me Krishna. They have forced me to become Krishna. And I've always wanted to become Radha. And then at an international platform, I have performed as Radha. So I think it's a journey from Krishna to becoming Radha. So I really love that journey. I think it's a journey of self love, self discovery, and side by side serving the world and serving the community. So I embraced the process. I embraced the journey. The preparation was amazing. We did our best. Whatever the result happened, I mean, it's all up to the judges and all up to the organization, of course. But we have done our best, and the kind of love and support I have got throughout the journey, that was very much. I know I was shocked. I was like, every pageant pages were talking about me,
I
and
think she were more talked, the one who won the pageant. She was not talk of the town. I think she was talk of the town, even if she doesn't won the pageant. And we wanted that, we wanted her to win the hearts, because having a crown doesn't mean a lot alone, until you don't touch the heart of people. And Arshi has done that without crown also. And I think from there, we came back, and now we will continue the journey and keep giving hopes to all those trans women who still feels that coming out, what will coming out to the society will bring for them. So we just want Arshi to be an inspiration for all of them to know that yes, if Arshi can do this, we can also do that.
Exactly.
I think that's really well said. Probably the most successful are actually the ones that make the most difference rather than winning the medal. And that's so evident with you that you've made so much of a difference, especially representing a country like India where so much change needs to come about. And still, there's so many people in the community that are marginalized. And doing that on an international platform without even winning or without even being completely successful is probably such a nice feeling. And it's just something that I just want to say congratulations, something that
Thank you so much. Here, I want to tell you something that again, success has different definition for different people. And for me, honestly, my achievement and my success is this: that I have won people's hearts, and I have never imagined like that. In my back there in my home, people people really, the most important achievements in life is respect and people's heart, and I think I have won that, and that's what is success to me, and that's what is achievement to me.
That's very well said. I couldn't agree more with you. My next question is for Ms. Rai. So you must have faced a lot of challenges when organizing the pageant. Could you speak a little bit on some of these challenges and how you overcame them? And what really has motivated you to keep working on this? I know you kind of answered this question before, but
So the journey was very, full of challenges, not only financially, personally, emotionally, and in any ways. Like society was like, the community for whom I was working, they were questioning me. They were like, why she's doing it, and and I can understand their perception also, because if you see, if you suppress someone for years and years and years, and then you come to them, and then you start petting their head and telling them we are there for you, they will say they're I think they're making fool out of me. So that actually happened with me, because there was no one who was looking at the community from the cis community. Nobody was talking to about all this, and I actually started talking about it, and I actually started doing things about it. So the community was confused. Why she's doing it? What is her purpose? People have allegated me that I'm using the community for money, and I am using them for a fame, or and there are many times when I broke down. My mental health went on toss, because I was not getting out anything out of this, because I was spending my own money, because nobody was ready to sponsor any transgender pageant back in 2017. When I used to go to people, they used to call me mad. People used to laugh on my back. They used to tell me, oh, you have from where you have got this idea, it's very unique. And the moment I asked them, okay, then I need a support. So, nay, 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 if you do something normal, then we can support you, but this we cannot, because then I'm in a position where people can ask me. I said, what? So they actually, I went to one politician for help, and he actually asked me, okay, don't mind if I'll ask you, are you from the community? I said, no, I'm not from the community. I have husband, I have a daughter. And so he said, ki Reena ji, you doing very good work, but I will only help you if you do something normal for normal people. And I got so offended. I said, "Okay, excuse me, they are normal, and I will prove it to you one day." And that whole the first year of when I was in making of Miss Trans Queen India, it was like I was with full of जुनून inside me कि मतलब पता नहीं मुझे क्या हो गया था, और शायद आई थिंक आई फील दैट आई एम द चूजन वन फ्रॉम गॉड, बिकॉज जितना ओपोजिशन इस इसको बनाने में रहा, और जितना मेंटली एक्सर्शन, इमोशनली एक्सर्शन रहा, कोई और होता मेरी जगह तो शायद वो बोलता कि क्यों ही करना है मुझे। मेरा कोई अपना तो उस कम्युनिटी से नहीं था, मेरा मैं किसी से रिलेटेड भी नहीं थी। अगर मैं नहीं भी करती तो शायद कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट मैंने ऐसा नहीं सोचा। मैंने ऐसा कहा अगर मैं नहीं करूंगी तो कौन करेगा, you know. I should start it because I know there must be a lot of Reena like me who really wanted to stand with their friends and with their family, but they are not getting that much of strength to make first move and do and show, yes, if I can do it, then you can also do it. And then I kept telling myself, Reena, if you want to prove something to people, prove it with your work. Don't say even a single word to them. Just do it, do it, do it. And my family, my husband, he actually helped me, and financially he supported me. And there was one, I remember one night I slept with crying, and I was like, if this doesn't happen, then I will not be able to do anything in my life, and I will be very broken. And then my husband told me, even if we have to sell the house, our house, now we are doing it. And actually when I did my first Miss Trans Queen India, and it was talk of the world, not only talk of it, it was not a headline of India newspapers, but it was headline of the world news channels that one woman has given hopes to the transgender community. And actually things changed for trans women from there, because people were awestruck by seeing my all trans queens and all those models. Like they were like, wow. Because till now people always thought ki, okay, they are only most of the time it happened to me, Sifra, that people call me and ask me, we need transgender for casting, but they should look like a man, little look manly, and obvious looking trans people. They are not ready to accept they are as beautiful as Arshi Ghosh, who can go give any kind of competition to a cisgender woman. I once, when I am with Navya, I always look at her skin and say, "Yaar, your skin is so beautiful." So till now, not the film industry, not anyone are ready to accept that they are as beautiful as cisgender woman is. And I think all the pain, all the allegations, all the hard work, all the tears, blood and sweat, it all worked when I did my Miss Trans Queen India. And from there change started coming. And my girls they started calling them as a jury, they start calling as them as a mentor. And then they started working for big fashion weeks like Bangalore Times, Bombay Times. And I was very happy when I got to know that Sir Wendell Rodriguez made Navya as their showstopper, and she walked for him as a showstopper in one fashion event. And then the news started pouring, and I got to know one of my girl from Chennai. She got a leading role in their in regional movie as a cisgender woman, which is, I think, the biggest change I can talk about. Because till this till now this doesn't happen in Bollywood, that a trans woman is playing as a cisgender woman. But I think Chhattisgarh mein Veena, she's working as a cisgender woman, as in her regional movies. Harshini from Hyderabad, she's working as a cisgender woman in Tollywood movies. And then lot of people, they started working as a cisgender woman, which is the biggest change I can have in my life. Like, I can contribute to the society. So I think बहुत चैलेंजेस आए पर सब वर्थ थे। और आज जब मैं अपनी लड़कियों को देखती हूँ तो मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है। एंड आई एम वेरी वेरी हैप्पी एंड प्राउड टू टेल यू that 3 of my girls has been selected for Miss Universe India. They are competing from different states. They've been selected in top 51, and they will be representing their own states in Miss Universe India. And I'm hoping if one of them won the pageant, then they will be going to represent in Miss Universe.
I just want to say hats off to you. Like, after hearing all of these challenges, I can't even imagine how much of a struggle the journey must have been. And it must have been so nice to have someone like your husband there to support you throughout it all.
Yes.
I feel like that support is definitely needed. And you must be looking back and thinking that it was all worth it after all of the successes that
Yeah,
you're
it's all worth it, but the challenge is still going on. People are very
Yeah.
till now, when we ask them for the, first of all, when we talk about beauty pageant, they always say, okay, we can give you money, but we cannot give you money for the beauty pageant. It's glamour, it's glitz. So I always tell them that it's not only about glamour, it's not only about crown, it's empowering those girls who come on that platform. You just see their journey, for how much courage and how much confidence they gain from that platform. And they actually, I'm not transforming only one life on that platform. I'm transforming the whole community life, because one person can inspire these girls to change their life. So still, I have to work for the funds. And ऐसा होता है कि नहीं आते फंड्स, तो I do work, and I have actually done a work in one Viacom 18 series. And whatever money they have given me, I have donated to my NGO, and I've used it for the betterment of the girls. And the journey, when these queens go to Miss International Queen or wherever in the international pageant, we need a lot of money, we need a lot of preparations. So that's how till now I'm managing. And I hope now people will support us and help us. They should stop thinking that the beauty pageant is only about glamour. It's not. It's a platform where one woman get wings to go to the next stage of their life and inspire many people.
I'd like to add something. The way she said that, how she's inspiring the world and how she's changing the society. For me personally, I'll just share something with you. So before my transition, when I used to post picture on my social media, my neighbor used to see it and they used to go back to my father and used to tell that iska shakal dekhna ashubh hai. It's unlucky to see her face in the morning on social media. And then I still remember the next day I won the crown. The same person put a story about me saying congratulations, and on the same day he went back to my father and he said, "Oh, आपकी बेटी बहुत अच्छा कर रही है." And that was like, I was like, yeah, this is what actual change means. Like, this is not only about me and my life changing, but it's changing the society. It's changing their mindset as well. Now I tell my father that Now he doesn't want to see my face, right? Now I'm on the cover page of the newspaper. Now what they'll do? They'll stop taking newspapers or what? So I think this is a huge impact which is happening in the society.
Firstly, it's amazing to hear all the changes that are coming about. It almost makes all these challenges so much more worth it. Obviously, there will always be challenges, but when you see successes like these alongside these challenges, it definitely makes it so worth it. Especially because you're not only changing the views and the lives and the perspectives of people in the community, but also people outside the community. And it's just changing India as a country, India and its own perspective, but also the perspective of India from the international community, which is just even better. Um, so this is truly amazing. It's great to see that something like a beauty pageant can go on and change so much. And it must be so nice to know that your work can serve as inspiration for other people to work. Going back to what you were saying before, it must have been so frustrating hearing the phrase normal and not normal. Um, that must have been so frustrating, especially when trying to get support for what you were doing. And now that you're gaining the success, you're getting the support rather when you actually needed to get the success. Um, but I'm glad that it's working out and everything is going so great and so smoothly. So, actually, my next question is for both of you. From a socio-economic perspective, what are some of the key challenges transgender individuals face in India, and how can these be addressed?
Arshi?
Okay, so for me, being a transgender, I have lived that life, I have experienced. For me, I think most important challenge which I have faced is getting a safe space at education for education. So I think not only for me, most of them, either they will be bullied or they'll be just pulled out of school or stopped from so many other activities or from so many other things. Like for me personally, I still remember in my school, I was an athlete and I wanted to go for sport, and there was one inter-school competition, sport competition, where I participated in running, and I think I got second rank, and five of them has to send for the inter-school competition. But my teacher has sent, the first person and then the rest four, but not me. And then I asked him that why I was not sent. He's like, you focus on your study. And he used to call me Chutki. Me, like Chutki is a slang for small little girls. And he used to call me Chutki. So, he told me that Chutki, you focus on your study. So that time I couldn't say anything to him, and but I really think that I deserve that place, and that's how the society and their thinking, they stop us from growing, and this has to stop. I think the most important challenge which we face at first is getting a safe space for education, and then secondly, I think, getting the equal healthcare access is a biggest thing. Like when I went for my surgery, there were in India, we do not have any health policy which covers transgender, treatments. Like for my surgery, for my hormones or anything, I do not have any healthcare policy. So that was like biggest thing. I was like, I had a health insurance card, but it was not working because this does not cover. They think that it's beautification, it's cosmetic, it's personalized, all these things. But for me, my surgery, the main surgery, bottom surgery, it's not only a cosmetic surgery. It's literally, and it's getting my own identity. How can it be just a cosmetic surgery? So I think that needs to be addressed. And then thirdly, one big thing is, I think, getting a safe and fair workplace. I think that's most important. At my workplace, and I was discriminated. There were guys who used to, uh, bully. I can't say it completely bully, but it's just this kind of discrimination. They used to come and tap here and like mard ban. I'm like, I don't want to be a mard. So those kind of thing, even at work, if for a shoot, for a special shoot, they have to choose a model or thing, they will choose someone else, at in my place. So I think these three things, getting education and getting equal healthcare support and getting employment, is very crucial for me. I think these three are like basic things we deserve. These are our rights, but we have been stopped and we have been bullied at these places, and that really needs to be worked on.
For me, I think workplace should be more inclusive, and I don't know you know this or not, but I own an NGO called Deepa Ardhanarishwar Empowerment Foundation. We go to schools, colleges, universities, and corporate places and do gender sensitization. I believe gender sensitization is keyword for every problem related to equality and living for coexisting. And from there I've started going to corporates, and I've realized that equal opportunities are more important for social economic betterment. And also there should be policies in corporates where a trans person or a queer person is saved from all those bullies and everything. And because when my pageant is actually directly connecting to the social economic growth, because nobody want to invest on LGBT community. They think this is a waste of money, but they're forgetting this is a pink money. If they will include those peoples, they also have money. They also when they earn and when they have expending power, they can go and they can spend that money, and that can really contribute to the growth of social economy of India. But this is actually not happening until and unless we don't understand the power of pink money. We will still be in a undergrowth of economic and social way of India and society. So I think people should start thinking with the perception that if they start spending money or sponsor, like आप मेरा ही ले लो, मेरे को कोई भी स्पॉन्सर नहीं करता है. उन्हें लगता है कि उन्हें क्या मिलेगा इससे. सबसे पहला जो मेरे से क्वेश्चन किया जाता है कि व्हाट बेनिफिट वी विल गेट. We don't fall under that category. What will be our benefit if we will sponsor you? सो दे थिंक कि अगर मेरा प्रोडक्ट है और वो ऐसे किसी काम में लगा है जहां पे एलजीबीटी कम्युनिटी को प्रमोट किया जा रहा है, वो वेस्ट ऑफ मनी है और हमसे रिलेटेड नहीं है. सो जब तक people will not stop thinking like that, because indirectly or directly this is a growth of our society only. If the society will grow, if a person will grow, they will be more productive, they will work and they will earn money, and then they will spend that money. That is a vicious circle which we have to create, but nobody want to do that. सो आई होप धीरे धीरे लोगों को समझ में आएगा इस बारे में, और इस पे लोग काम करना चालू करेंगे. एंड the minute they will understand the power of pink money, I think our India will have lot of profit.
I think for that, first of all, they need to understand that we are a part of the society. If they don't think us, they don't take us as a part of the society, then they would never, let us contribute to the social economy of any culture or any society. So
I completely agree. So what I'm hearing is that a lot of the lack of growth comes from self-interest and short-term thinking from a lot of people in society, which obviously has to change if they want any change to come about at all. Um, Also, I agree, education and healthcare and the workplace are three of the most important parts of society and the important parts of gaining rights and being treated as equals. It is also the most important part of growth, especially education, because it would allow people to treat others as equals and also help people to break out of this vicious cycle that keeps going on with marginalized communities, not just the transgender community, but all communities. So equality in education is definitely very important. And I completely agree about equality in healthcare. That's actually what I'm working towards. So yes, I completely see your views. For my next question, um, again for both of you, how do you see your role in evolving societal perceptions about transgender individuals, especially through the media?
I'll take this first. Okay. So I believe media is a very impactful medium to change the perception of people, And, since a long time, we have only shown them in a mockery or in a joke or in a space where they've been shown very weak people. So I think now the change is here, but still the change is not complete. As I've said that, okay, still when people call me for casting, they ask me, oh, we want somebody who's obviously looking like a transgender. What do you mean by obviously looking like a transgender? Why? And then they said we can't give, because if she looks so beautiful, we can't give her the role of transgender. Then don't give the transgender role, give role of a cisgender woman. Many of the big actors who worked as a transgenders, so why not a trans woman act as a cisgender woman? The change will only come when they will reverse the role. Actually, when Shushmita Sen can act as a transgender, when this actor, which movie is that this recently
Tali,
came,
Tali.
ताली नहीं, ताली तो सुष्मिता सेन ना, और वो गंगूबाई के अंदर वो जो एक नवाज नवाज ने जो
हड्डी was Nawaz का role.
Nawaz was role. ठीक है, if you don't want to give them a role of a trans woman, if they doesn't look a trans woman, then give a role of a cisgender woman. Then only the empowerment will happen. You are showing, you are using their stories. You are trying to prove everyone that they are equal, but you yourself is not giving them role. Then how it will impact, how it will change the society? And I must tell you that media have a power to change the mindset of a very very remote area as well. So they that in those remote areas, when watch the TV and they say, see, that a trans woman was always उसका हमेशा मजाक उड़ाया जा रहा है या फिर उसका कुछ गलत तरीके से दिखाया जा रहा है, तो वो उसको वैसे ही इम्पैक्ट लेंगे. आई थिंक बीच में अक्षय कुमार की एक मूवी आई थी जिसके अंदर उन्होंने ट्रांस वुमन का रोल प्ले किया था. उनके घर का नंबर जो था वो 6 था. दिस इज हाउ दे शो, एंड उनका जो रूप दिखाया गया है, जो एक उनका एक करेक्टर दिखाया गया है, वो बहुत समटाइम इट बिकम्स वेरी स्कैरी. तो जो बच्चा, अगर कोई बच्चा पहली बार देख रहा होगा कि ये ट्रांस वुमन है, इसको ट्रांस वुमन कहते हैं, तो उसके दिमाग में तो वो ही छप जाएगा ना. वो तो अर्शी घोष को देख ही नहीं पाएगा. वो तो अर्शी घोष को इमेजिन ही नहीं कर पाएगा, बिकॉज they have an impact of that movie only. Or so many people around me, my family, मेरे को बहुत सारे लोग पूछते हैं इस बारे में, तो मैं उनको यही बताती हूँ कि मीडिया में जो दिखाया जाता है, इट्स नॉट ट्रुथ till now. अभी they are trying, and धीरे धीरे changes आ रहे हैं. In fact, our web series is also coming. One of my queen, her journey has been captured by Viacom 18, and hopefully that will be released in the end of this year, and they showing what are the struggles of a trans woman, actual struggles of a trans woman. It's a docu-live series, and to live in this society, and then how I crowned her, and then how her life changed 360 degree from someone जिससे शायद अपने घर पे बुलाने में हिचकिचाहट होती थी, लेकिन आज उसे एज पेरेंट्स ने प्राउडली अपने घर में लोगों को बुला के एज अ डॉटर इंट्रोड्यूस कराया. तो आई थिंक धीरे धीरे चेंज आ रहा है, एंड मीडिया प्लेज बिग रोल इन इम्पैक्टिंग द माइंड ऑफ मास. सो आई बिलीव मीडिया शुड think twice when they are telling something about the community.
For me, honestly, I believe that change starts from us, and my role in it just to become myself. Honestly, I don't do things to show or show people that okay, this is what we are. This is what I do. I just become myself. Media has played a biggest role in my life because, as I told you, the moment I got internet access, I got YouTube, and then I watched video, and that time I got to know okay, that is possible. So I think I just wanna play the same role which media has played for me. That I wanna show them, they already have an image in them that transgender people, because through all this time Bollywood has made an image about transgender people. I just want to change that. I just want to break that. Okay, transgender people can do these things, which I am doing as well. So I want to break those barriers. I want to break those glass ceilings and show them that okay, we are also normal. We also exist, and we can also be normal. That the way the guy told Reena ma'am that do something normal, darling. We are normal. I mean, just because you cannot see your uniqueness, that does not mean you see others' differences as odd. Our differences are not odd, our differences are unique. You cannot embrace your beauty of uniqueness. That does not mean that you won't let us embrace our uniqueness. And that's what I just try to do through media, is that I just be myself. I want to tell them that it's okay to be yourself, because I have seen because I come from a society, I come from a background where these things are not even a topic of discuss. At my village, they fight with their basic needs. So when their basic needs will be fulfilled, then only they will talk about gender and other things, right? So I come from that background, so I want to tell them that okay, this is also normal. You can also come forward, and you can also make your life out of it. You don't have to, because I've seen people giving their life. I've lost my friends. I don't want anyone to do that, because me personally, I have tried so many times to kill myself. I don't want anyone to go through that. I have so many scars in my body which I have got in my childhood. I don't want anyone to have that scars again in their life. So I don't want any child, no matter from metro city or from a rural area, to go through the things which I have gone through. And I just want to normalize all these things. I want to show them diversity, and I just want to make them understand that we should embrace diversity. Just because one pearl which we have not seen, which is in deep ocean, that does not mean that does not exist. Right? Just because we cannot see it, it does not mean that we do not exist. We exist, and we should embrace diversity. That's what I just try to portray through social media. I just
want to inspire them. I just want to tell them that it's okay to be yourself.
I completely agree that like you can see that the media has such a positive and negative influence. It can show people their opportunities and at the same time change the whole perspective of a community. And it plays such a powerful role, especially for those people that are not exposed to the transgender community in a complete way. Because then they will just view them as the way the media perceives them.
Yes.
I also think a big step for the media is definitely to remove that gap, and that kind of like bridge between transgender women and biologically women, because once that gap is gone, then it will also like remove the gap within society's mindset. When transgender women are being cast to play biological women and vice versa, that's how you will show that change within perspectives of society. So
When
I really
you see Ayushman Khurrana with a trans girl as a leading lady, I think that will be the change. That change I am looking for and waiting for. You know, चंडीगढ़ का रियाशी की बनी, उसके अंदर एक लड़की ने रोल प्ले किया एज अ ट्रांस वुमन, बट अब कोई ऐसी मूवी बने जहाँ पे एक लीडिंग एक्टर के साथ एक ट्रांस वुमन एज अ सिस जेंडर वुमन रोल प्ले करे, वो एक्चुअली लोगों का माइंड सेट चेंज करेगा. बिकॉज आर्ट और एक्टिंग और singing or anything, they are not based on genders, they are based on your talent. So the moment media or Bollywood start recognizing that talent in the person, then actually the true change will come.
exactly.
For me, I'll share my personal experience when I went for a transgender role. I have auditioned, and then he said that, okay, you don't look like trans at all. I was like, okay, but there are many actors who plays transgender roles who does not look like transgender. You make them look like transgender, right? If you want a makeup of beard and stuff, we can do that. Nowadays makeup can do anything. We don't need to like the original thing does not need to look like that. It's a palette. You can make anything on it. I was like, no, we want something real, as in who actually look like transgender. I'm like, what do you mean by actually look like a transgender? I am an actual transgender. If you have a perception of like transgender, which is different, that is your limited thought. Then your perception is limited. That means that you think that transgender can only look like this, but this is reality. Transgender can also look like this. I understand, but then I went for another audition where it was a cisgender role, and you know what she said? She said, "You know what? I mean, you are beautiful. I love your look. It goes with the role and everything. But don't you think if I take you, it will be an injustice to the girls who are standing in the line? They're biological, woman, and it would be like an injustice for them." I'm like, darling, how is it like there? How you're saying? So you're saying that me being a transgender, so I am transformed from male to female. I'm taking their rights. So me as a person, even I have my own rights. Now I'm a female. I have my own rights. I'm asking for my own rights. I'm not saying that give me a male role or give me their role. Or I'm not saying that if that person is fit for your role, give me that role. You are saying that I'm fit for your role. Then where do we go? You're not giving me a trans role. You're not giving me a cisgender role. Where do we go then? Where do we stand? And for me, the biggest change which I would love to see in this world is when an artist will be called an artist. That's it. I'm an artist. That's it. I'm not a transgender artist. I'm not this, India's fast transgender this, India's
In
fast.
fact, coming after coming back, I was trying to connect to the modeling agencies, and trying to get a few projects for Arshi. So the initial talk happened, and I've been told that most of the agencies doesn't prefer transgender models. So why so? What they have to do? What is there between the legs of the girl? They only have to make them work for their projects. Why they have to go and see whether she's a transgender or what she is? Talent is talent. You can judge them on talent, not on gender. So this is very when we are standing in 2024, we still got to hear this from the big agencies, where I've been told that okay, trans are they don't prefer trans. They will not say it openly, but they will reject you.
I mean, you just imagine me being a owner of an agency, and when a cisgender woman come, and I'm like, oh, cisgender woman, I don't want to take a cisgender woman. How would you feel? So that's what I mean. This has to change, and this will only change when you know we come in authority. We also people let us educate ourselves. People let us work at a safe pace. People let us reach at our highest level. Then only it will change.
Yeah, I agree. I think most important thing, like I said, is to like remove this gap between transgender women and biological women, especially in the media, in an industry where that difference is not really necessary. Keeping these two groups separate is really not necessary. It makes no difference whatsoever. And creating this gap is not only going to create a gap in the media, but also create a gap in society, which is just so unneeded. The media serves as something that people look to for information, to look for beliefs, to look for views. People educate themselves through the media, and through the film industry. And so, if this industry doesn't change, then people's views will definitely never change. So, I definitely agree with you on that one. For my last question today, how can the allies and the broader community support the transgender movement in India? Are there any specific changes that you'd like to see in the near future? Obviously, excluding this change in the media.
When I said gender sensitization, that is, I think, the most important thing. And everyone is working on HIV, AIDS, and big things, but no, everyone is ignoring that if we give the right education at the right time, it can create a equal society. So when I created this platform, Miss Transco in India, I was thinking, okay, once I'll do Miss Transco in India, then my work is done. But later on, I realized that it's not done, it's the beginning. And I took an inspiration from the event which happened at my place, when I sensitized my girl, telling her what is a trans woman. And so she was 10-year old, and one of my friend was here, and she wanted her to call her Masi. And she said, I will not call her Masi, he's a boy. So I said, "Ki, baby, sometime it happens. God sends woman's soul trapped in a man's body, or man soul trapped in a woman body." So she doesn't understand. So I said, okay, tell me which color you like. She said, I like pink. So I said, okay, if I'll put you in the boy body, would you start liking blue? She said, no, nothing to do with the body. It's about choice. And the moment she said this, she understood what I wanted to tell her, that it is about choice. It is about respecting others' choice. I just, treating the people the way they want to be treated, not the way we want them to be treated. So from there, I thought, the very basic need of an hour is gender sensitization in every schools, from a very beginning only. I'm not talking about sixth class. I'm talking about when the school starts, that gender should be a part of the study, gender study and gender equality should be a part of study. Then only we will be able to create an equal society, because हमारे बच्चे वैसे ही बिहेव करते हैं जैसा हम उन्हें सिखाते हैं या जैसा वो हमें करते हुए देखते हैं. We have lost a lot of lives because of that. I just want to bring this incident of losing an RV. RV was a student of DPS Faridabad, Greater Faridabad, and he committed a suicide because he's been harassed, he's been abused in his own school, and the worst part was the teacher and the principal were arrogating him only for being little feminine. So he committed a suicide. Her mother is still fighting for the justice. So अगर हमने बच्चों को शुरू से ये सिखाया होता कि it's okay, it's okay if somebody want to explore their sexual side or their femininity, then it's okay. You should be there as a friend, because when we are young, we all have friends, and there are times when family is not so close to you, your friends are. So if we have friends who understand you, like I sensitized my daughter when she was 10. So now she's going to turn 18, and she has helped many of her friends realizing their own sexualities, and they come and open up to her, they tell her. So if we have kids like them who understand and who will give just a ear to listen to their friend, things change a lot. So mere liye जेंडर सेंसिटाइजेशन इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग. लोग बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स कर रहे हैं, बहुत पैसा खर्च कर रहे हैं हर प्रोजेक्ट्स के ऊपर, लेकिन जेंडर सेंसिटाइजेशन की जब बात आती है तो वो सोचते हैं कि ये इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. मुझे लगता है सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट जेंडर सेंसिटाइजेशन है, टू ब्रिंग द चेंज ऑन अ लार्जर स्पेस, बिकॉज आज नहीं तो आज से 10 साल बाद वी विल हैव अ कम्युनिटी, वी विल हैव अ सोसाइटी विच वी ड्रीम इज इक्वल.
See, I completely agree with Reena ma'am. Like, I really feel, even I do here in Mumbai, I go to schools and colleges. I continue her legacy actually. I do gender sensitization. I feel it's very essential to make people understand that all differences are not odd. It is uniqueness, and we should embrace that. But with that, I would really like to say that I think not only in India, but in the world, we need more mother like Reena ma'am. Like, who not only supports the community, but they give birth to child like us, who are brave enough and courage enough to bring a change in the society, who can, change the whole look of the society. So I think we need more mother like her.
Thank you.
I completely agree with you on that one. I think that changing the views of society is the only thing that's going to bring about change, because it's what will motivate people to change and to do something about it. The only reason why...
They say precautions is better than cure.
Exactly. And the only reason why any community is marginalized is because it's the way society thinks. It's never the community itself. So changing society's view is truly the next biggest step to changing the way that Indian society works and the way that the transgender community is treated. Thank you so much for joining us today. This interview was so inspiring. It's conversations like these that make you get up and really change things. It truly motivates me on my mission, and I'm sure it will be of equal motivation to others listening to get inspired from your amazing journey. I would also like to say that
Looking forward for you to come here and be a part of our journey, and you should see, because we will be doing Miss Trans Queen India season 6 in coming days. So if you will be here, I would love to have you there and see how a beauty pageant changed the perception of life for our queens, because लोगों के लिए शायद ये सिर्फ एक ब्यूटी पैजेंट होगा, पर उनके लिए एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पे उनके सपनों को साकार होते हुए वो देख पाती हैं और आगे बढ़ पाती हैं। उन्हें वो कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है कि जो शायद वो कहीं और से कभी ले ही नहीं पाती, और यहाँ से जब वो जाती हैं तो how they take it forward from here to next level.
that would be an honor. I would love to come and see this, especially after hearing about all its successes and everything that it's done. Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us and taking time out to tell us about your work and everything that you've done. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.